Hello and welcome to U.S. Military Summary. Today we're thrilled to bring you an exclusive look at Russia's newest addition to the Air Force, the MiG-41 Stealth Interceptor. This cutting-edge aircraft is poised to be a game-changer in the world of military aviation, with its advanced stealth capabilities and impressive speed. Join us as we delve into the details of this formidable machine and explore how it will shape the future of aerial combat. So buckle up and get ready to meet Russia's MiG-41. The mission is by no means an easy one. The Prospective Long-Range Interceptor Aircraft Complex, PAKDP MiG-41, developed by McCoy Design Bureau in conjunction with the Sokol Aircraft Plant, Nizhny Novgorod, Russia, began development in 2013-2014 based on the results of the MiG-701, McCoy MiG-301, and McCoy MiG-321 projects that were implemented in the 1990s. The purpose is to create an interceptor aircraft to replace the MiG-31 and to complement the Su-57, Su-T-50 in Russia's airspace force. MiG-41 will be considered a 5++ or 6th generation fighter jet, and an unmanned version of the MiG-41 is also being considered. The main specifications of the MiG-41 interceptor aircraft are kept confidential, with relatively few details disclosed. However, this interceptor will be a combination of the best practices and 30 years of experience of its predecessor, MiG-31. According to Russian officials, it will be a completely new aircraft, not a heavily upgraded version of the MiG-31, but a replacement. It may use the idolized 30 engine that is currently being developed for the Su-57 to create a super interceptor aircraft integrated with advanced weapons and modern airborne vehicles, capable of operating in the Arctic region and serving as a reliable link in Russia's border defense weapon systems. Developed to replace the MiG-31 Foxhound, and unlike the Su-57, the MiG-41 is not expected to be exported. The MiG-41 is a supersonic aircraft designed to operate in the near-space environment and will focus more on space warfare. This reflects a growing trend towards investing more in the space capabilities of military powers, and Russia's deployment of a high-endurance combat jet designed specifically to disable enemy satellites, a potential game-changer in the ability to dominate the information space by blinding the enemy and disrupting communication. The MiG-41 will possess many advanced technical features such as high radar wave scattering capability, making it more invisible than even the Su-57, able to penetrate any enemy air defense system and intercept supersonic targets, along with integrated artificial intelligence and unmanned operation without a pilot. The MiG-41 will have a combat range of 1,500 kilometers, with a top speed of Mach 4, 4,500 kilometers per hour, at an altitude of over 25 kilometers, capable of reaching large parts of Russia's vast territory in the shortest possible time. The MiG-41 is expected to be equipped with a super-strong network-connected radar and information sharing with ground-based air defense systems to target stealth bombers at ranges of several hundred kilometers. Experts believe that the MiG-41 will be equipped with new, extremely long-range air-to-air missiles and be able to detect targets at distances over 500 kilometers. Avia Pro reported that the MiG-41 is scheduled to make its first flight in 2023, and by the end of this decade it will be put into mass production and will begin to serve the Russian aerospace forces before 2030. Like the Su-57, the MiG-41 will likely be gradually improved and not have full combat capability when it begins mass production. Feature unbeatable. The strength of the MiG-41 lies in its ability to perform tasks in space, operating at altitudes ranging from the mesosphere, 45,000 meters, to the stratosphere, 12,000 meters, where the air density is relatively low. In addition to its unique design, the weapons and combat systems, as well as the communication systems equipped on this aircraft, must be specifically designed and able to withstand the weather conditions in space, as well as the strong vibrations at high altitudes. The MiG-41 will be able to carry anti-satellite missiles, and Russia also has plans to launch small satellites into low orbit from this aircraft. The MiG-41 is expected to deploy a new generation of air-to-air weapons, and while the R-37 is used by the current Foxhound interceptors with a range of 400 kilometers and equipped with a 60-kilogram warhead. The modernized version of the R-37M, also known as RVVBD or Product 620, NATO designation is Aero, is being developed by the Vimpel State Machine Building Design Bureau, named after Tu Toropov, a member of the Tactical Missile and Weapons Group, with a length of 4.06 meters, a launch weight of 510 kilograms, a 60-kilogram fragmentation warhead, and a target hit height of 15 meters to 25 kilometers. The missile has a dual-mode solid rocket engine and an inertial guidance system combined with a radio correction and active radar guidance system that allows movement during the final stage of flight, allowing pilots to fire according to the principle of launch and forget. The R-37 missile and the future R-37M missile will allow this fighter aircraft to attack targets at a distance of over 300 kilometers. There is information that the missiles of the new Interceptor aircraft may be significantly faster and have a range of nearly 600 kilometers. The MiG-41's estimated missile range from 700 to 1300 kilometers is likely to be hidden inside the aircraft's fuselage. While the R-37's Mach 6 speed may not be enough to threaten distant supersonic aircraft, such as the upcoming US SR-72, if the new anti-aircraft missiles used for the MiG-41 can exceed Mach 14, it could pose a serious threat to supersonic targets. According to Riafan news agency, the MiG-41 fighter will have unparalleled combat capabilities, thanks to its new laser defense system, which can disable approaching missiles by burning and destroying them before they reach the aircraft. According to some sources, the MiG-41 fighter will not focus too much on stealth capability as the laser defense system will compensate for this feature. Instead, the design of the aircraft will focus on agility, weapon load, and creating overwhelming firepower against opponents. Recently, there has been a lot of information that Russia is developing a type of directed energy weapon that can be integrated into new combat aircraft, including the MiG-41. In July 2020, Russian media reported on testing of an electromagnetic pulse cannon, EMP. The primary means of creating such pulses is through the detonation of nuclear weapons, although non-nuclear EMP weapons have been deployed by some countries. These EMPs have a much smaller impact range than nuclear EMPs, but they have the potential to seriously affect all magnetic materials and render electronic devices from computers to combat aircraft inoperable. If powerful enough, they can directly damage vegetation, buildings, and other non-magnetic targets. Developing a directed energy weapon similar to an EMP in the form of an EMP cannon would provide Russia with a potentially revolutionary weapon that could be used against a range of targets from aircraft to radar stations. Weapons like these would be particularly devastating if operated in space by aircraft such as the MiG-41. Designed to fly outside the Earth's atmosphere, as unlike cannons or missiles, energy weapons don't recoil, meaning they are easier to fire in a vacuum environment compared to missiles or guns. A smaller power EMP cannon prototype could be used as an anti-drone weapon, with highly effective electromagnetic attacks to disable unmanned aerial vehicles. This is especially valuable as Western powers seek to develop a new generation of unmanned combat aircraft and shift more towards unmanned vehicles, from surface combatants to reconnaissance jet aircraft. Depending on cost effectiveness, Russia could manufacture targeted energy weapons integrated on multiple platforms, from short-range air defense systems to older fourth-generation fighter aircraft. And that's all the content for today. What do you think about this story? Please leave your thoughts in the video comments. Thank you for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Now goodbye and see you again soon.